What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, GossipGurl. Happy Sunday to you all. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope you all are doing well. We've been going through a rough couple of weeks, and I just hope that everyone is still trying to maintain their sanity. And like I said, if you feel like things are getting too much because you got to watch the news, pull away from that for a little while. But let's get into this article that I have. This may bring a smile to some of your faces because it sure enough brought a smile to mine. A New York dad locks his son out of the home after he returns from spring break. A New York State dad is refusing to let his son come back home after the 21-year-old refused to cut his spring break short, to Texas, despite the rising of the plague fears sweeping the country. Matt Levine, he's 21, and he traveled to South Padre Island, Texas for spring break with his friends from their Massachusetts Springfield College in mid-March. I spoke with him every day, and I told him that maybe they should come home. That's what his dad said. His dad's name is Peter, and he's 52. I was aggravated. The news was getting worse and worse by the day. Rather than return home, Peter said Matt sent him pictures of himself and his friends hanging around outside and listening to live music. It's the scene you will not want to be in, Peter said. KRGV reported on March 9th at the start of spring break season that it was business as usual, as spring breakers said they were not worried about the plague and that officials hadn't made any decisions to change the way spring breakers party. Well, that's like a 21-year-old, right? They hard-headed, they don't listen. They think they have life all figured out, And we, at one point in our lives, we did too. You know what I'm saying? We did too. But we didn't have this going on. We had other stuff going on, but we didn't have this going on to the point where we had to be inside. Now, I don't understand what it is. What is it about being 21 or even like 18, 19, 20, 21? I'm going to say all the way up to 23 that you think you know everything. Like, the parents don't know nothing. Like, we ain't been through nothing. We don't know nothing. But the kids, they think they know everything. I wonder what is it about that age, That's their first round of being an adult, so they feel like they can do what they want to do until it comes back and bite them in the behind. But anyway, let's get back on into it. Instead, local businesses were told to stock up hand sanitizer and remind kids to wash their hands. Peter eventually told Matt that he and his friends would not be able to stay at the home on their way back to college, as they had originally planned. So, Peter told his son, the original plan was they would stay at Peter's home, and then return to college. But no, Peter said, we're not even doing that. No, I'm putting my foot down. You don't want to listen to me, so now you have to suffer the consequences. Peter said that's Matt's grandparents also live in the house and that there's no need to expose them to God knows what he had been exposed to. And I agree. Your grandparents live there. They are older, and you try to expose whatever you got going on to them, and they may cut their life shorter. No, that's not right. Matt, meanwhile, quickly realized that his spring break trip wasn't panning out the way he anticipated. We were only allowed to go to the beach in small groups and couldn't have speakers by then. There was nothing on the island, Matt told the newspaper, adding that the police seemed like they were trying to ruin our good time. But what part of you don't understand that there is an outbreak going on, young man? There's stuff going on, and you still want to go and party. I don't care what you pay for it. I mean, you probably could have got some of your money back from the trip, but why risk your life? It was just crazy. When it was time to return home last weekend, Matt said that their airplane was rerouted to Tennessee because they had been a confirmed case diagnosis at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. The passengers were freaking out and trying to stay away from everybody. But we made it home, Matt said. After landing, Peter said there was no chance he would pick them up from the airport. Okay, so not only you cannot go back and stay at the home, but you're not getting picked up at the airport. So you made your bed hard, you have to lay in it. So he then picked them up, leaving Matt and his friends to find car service to drive them to the family home. When the driver dropped them off near the driveway, Peter told them they couldn't go inside the home. I said, stay right there. Do not go any further, Peter said, adding that he wouldn't even let them inside to use the bathroom, telling the college kids to use the bushes instead. I like this dad. He said 2 of them did exactly that. I love my son, but they were not sleeping here, Peter said. Instead, Peter sent Matt and his friends off to their 2.5-hour drive back to their college town, having already filled his son's car with with groceries and put $300 cash in an envelope on the front seat. Matt was left with no choice but to turn to the off-campus apartment where he shares with roommates in Massachusetts, despite his college classes having been canceled. Matt had originally planned to move back home after the semester ended, but Peter said that's Matt's apartment lease ends in June, and that none of the parents want them home because it's too risky. And I don't blame them. It's too risky. It's too risky for you to do that. So if your parents tell you, spring break has passed now, but if your parents told you, hey, listen, cut it short, get home, or whatever the case may be, why didn't you just do that? But no, you wanted the spring break and party, and your spring break didn't turn out how you thought it was. You can't go to the family home. Your parents won't let you in when you get there. So they think it's a game. Kids think stuff is a game, and they don't listen. So let me give you a scenario. My daughter, she's pregnant. She has a daughter. She calls me this morning. She says, Mom, can I come over? And I said, no, absolutely not. Don't you know what's going on out here? Do you even listen to the news? I guess she's pissed off with me. That's fine. She'll be mad at me. But guess what? She'll be okay. She's in the house. She's away from everybody. She'll be fine. She'll thank me later. She'll get over it. I'm not even mad. It is what it is. My kids, I don't even let them out. It's you have to follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, you're going to get exposed to things. And I don't want to get exposed to nothing. No, I don't want to get exposed to anything. Not like that. I don't want to deal with that. Bad enough, my husband have to go out to work tomorrow because his vacation is over. He has to go back to work Monday. So you think I'm already worried about that? No. Well, these kids will get over it. But anyway, what do you think? Do you think the father did the right thing? Or he could have been a little bit lenient with his son? I think he did the right thing. There's no leniency when it comes to this. If your father or your mother or whoever tells you to cut your trip short, you cut it short and bring that behind home. If you don't, you got to suffer the consequences. If he would have cut his trip short, God knows how it would have worked out. How he would have tried to help him. But he didn't do that, so guess what? You got to pay how you weigh, baby. You got to pay how you weigh. But anyway, y'all have a great morning. And I'll be back later probably with some other stuff that's going on. I'm not going to bring back too much bad news. I want to give you guys some kind of some upbeat news. I consider this upbeat because I love the way the father handled this. So you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.